and that is the Players Player of the Year, very kindly sponsored by OHM Electrical Services Limited. And to present this award, I'd like you to give a big round of applause for the worst player at the club, Martin Roden. Martin's just signed a new contract with the club. He's obviously had a few drinks as well. And it also includes a clause this year, a special one that I asked to put in, which means that whenever he's got the ball in his hand when he plays, he's not allowed to kick it. So, no, hang on a minute. Let me get you a chance. Unfortunately, Pete Whelan has also handed his notice in tonight, because when we saw that DVD highlights, there's actually a try came off one of his kicks, which I couldn't believe. Stand up now before that table break.
Just ask anyone who scored off a try from a kick from me to stand up, please. That's one. Ladies, you've not played. Well, thank you. Mr. Brocklehurst, did you not score against Rochdale in the last game of the season when we actually lost off a kick-off thing?
No, you lost us the game at Swinton without
no, did you score off a try when I kicked the ball and you put it down?
No.
No?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
No? Well,
yeah, you did, yeah.
Please stand up. As a coach first, I'd like to say the last 10 games of the season before the playoffs, we won 8 games and lost 2 by 2 points. And that brought us right up there. Now, what happened before that, you know, it was hard to bear. We had things going wrong, injuries and so on and so forth. But the back end of the season, we finished quite well. And that's how I would like to think everyone remembers the season. We finished well, we played well, and going into the playoffs, we had every hope of winning the playoffs. We had every hope of winning, you know, going up again. And you know, we beat Rochdale 3 times. Myself, the boys, we were all quite confident we were going to beat Rochdale. Not overconfident, but you know, we were confident we were going to beat them, and it didn't happen. And like I say, I'd like to think we were going to be remembered for what we did in the last 10 games of the season rather than over the season. Now, obviously next year we're building again. Myself, Tony, Chris, we're all involved. We're building again. Nooney's re-signed tonight. Stench is re-signed.
And this is for the Players Player of the Year. And obviously it's an award that carries a great amount of prestige because of the fact that it's voted for by your peers. Who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight because he's out. Again. You have to be quiet when I've got the mic. Right, serious now. Massive, massive award. And like I said, Dogger will say a few words in a minute about what it means as a player to get this award. But a massive round of applause, please, for the 2011 Players Player of the Year, Ben Heaton.
It's a massive achievement any year, and I think, you know, you get the coach's player, but the player's player for me is the one where everyone values you and everyone sees you as the person who over the you know, it's not just the season. It all starts in a couple of months' time for us, man. We're starting middle of next month, and it's like 12 months a year. You might see what's happening from day one of the season to that, but it all starts before. And in pre-season, Ben, he pulled his heart out. He won the bleep test. He won a lot of tests in pre-season. It's just a marker where, you know, he's won the player of the season now, player's player. But like I said, at the start of pre-season for me, it was a marker he laid down by winning loads of tests and winning loads of stuff that he was going to perform. There's other lads out there, you know, who've got injured, he likes it. My boy Nobby, he played all year, been up there. Obviously injuries, barring that. And for Ben to come forward and do what he's done, I think it's fantastic. And it shows it's time for Halifax now, and we're all wishing the best.
Yes.
Yes.
In terms of this, Ben's won us all some winning money when we might have been on cards, so we all appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Well then, Benny, like.
Well, I just want to say thank you to Tony Benson and Martin Roden
Well done.
for you know, because I come into this division as a rookie, I didn't have a clue what to do or anything. I started off as a fullback, started off as second row and loose forward and second row and wherever you wanted to play me. I just want to say thank you for
You're doing well, lad.
Massive round of applause.
It's always a good season when you see things like that with players like Ben moving up to where he's going and achieving what he wants to achieve. As the boys would say, Ben does deserve it. He has worked extra hard. There's a load of other players in our team that could achieve it too, and I think Dog has summed up this season, so I don't really need to talk about that too much. He's pretty well bang on with the way things are. The way I see it too is we certainly did improve, and we lost players long term, and then players stepped up to the mark and changed positions or moved up from reserves to us and excelled. And what I'm really looking forward to next year is having those players there, adding to that and pushing on. And what I'd like to see is the young players in the team like Ben getting to championship, but doing it with Oldham. Obviously it was Ben's time now, and he didn't get a chance to do that this year, but I'm sure once we're there, if Ben's looking around, he'll be back with us. But what I'd like to do, and I really think with the squad we've got together at the moment, and the attitude and the way things are after last season, I think we're a really good chance of doing that. And my ambition is to get as many young fellas from Oldham playing championship rugby next year. That's 2013.
Mentioned before when we were talking about the Clubman of the Year award, we have an awful lot of people who do things during the week, on match days, reserve teams, extended scholarship, and without them we can't function as a club. And there are far too many to name, but I hope everybody involved in that respect knows how sincere I am when I say, not only tonight but throughout the course of the year, how much we do appreciate everything you do for the club. So please, a big round of applause for all our volunteers. Also, we have people who do an extraordinary amount of work on a match day, whether it be kitmen, Paul, as we've spoken about, and I'll end up in trouble again here because I'm bound to forget somebody. Phil Black, Funtime Phil, our safety officer there in the corner, making sure that emergency exit is kept clear. That's why we sat him there. But with our own ground now, it's such a much bigger operation than we've had to cope with before. So, whether it again be Carol and Paul and all the staff behind the bar, from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for all the effort that you put in on behalf of the club. Not only what you've done so far, but hopefully what you'll continue to do for us. We do work very hard. We've got a fantastic opportunity now that we've secured the ground. That went on for so long, it was untrue. And obviously it's only about a month ago when it finally happened. So despite the fact that on the field we haven't necessarily been able to achieve what we would like to have achieved, overall in the big scheme of things, this club is moving forward. Mentioned there about the ground, it would be remiss not to mention the fantastic achievement of the reserves in winning their grand final, playing mainly against teams from the Championship. You know, and that's an added bonus because, you know, everybody connected with the club knows that whilst, yeah, it's great to get results at that level, the more important thing is about developing players, about a production line of players being able to come through to the first team, which I've mentioned before. You know, over the years, we've probably had as many players come through our ranks into the first team from our own production line as any other club. Whether it be Super League, Championship or Championship 1, and that's a massive feather in our cap. And this year as well, obviously we were able to tag on an extended scholarship side, which, you know, only played 4 games this year, but again, trained the house down, showed an awful lot of commitment in terms of, you know, being out there in the crap weather during the winter and so on. And of those lads that played this year, there's only 2 that are over age, which will hopefully go up into the reserve team. So, you know, there's a lot of things to be positive about, and, you know, there's not many other clubs that are putting as much resources into things like that as Oldham, and that's a massive achievement for us because, you know, money, as ever, as everybody knows in here, you know, not just to do with rugby, but generally money's tight. You know, we're in times that the world has never seen before. So, you know, it is difficult. We keep working, we keep grafting. You know, we'll also make sure, like I said, that if we can learn from mistakes this year, we'll do that. You know, a big part of moving forward is being self-critical and analysing what you've done, regardless of whether it's me, Tony, Dogger, the players themselves, etc. You know, we're always striving to get better and better. I also want to pay tribute to the staff that we have at the club as well, because although they get paid, they don't necessarily get paid an awful lot, as they keep telling me, but what they do, and everybody sees it, above and beyond their normal working hours, whether it be like tonight, whether it be a reserve team match, an extended scholarship match, a first team match, you know, they're always here working, whether it be on a gate, cooking the food for the players, dishing it up like Sheila and Grant do, etc. There's so many people, but, you know, we have a fantastic staff, and they all do it because they believe in what we're doing. And I can't thank everybody enough for all their help, but I do think they deserve a massive round of applause. Just to finish off, a couple of other things that we need to mention. At this level, our sponsors are absolutely instrumental in what we can and can't do. And we're very fortunate that we have a very loyal group of sponsors. Some of whom are here tonight. AMP Wire, H. Millennium Sons, all our player sponsors who are here, ORSA, who are obviously also playing an increasing role in supporting the club. But it's all part of the mix that goes together to hopefully creating those pieces of a jigsaw that mean that we can hopefully be successful. But there's one absolutely vital piece of that jigsaw as well, and again at Oldham we're very, very fortunate to have it, and that is the fans. The support that this club gets from those fans home and away is incredible. And unfortunately, in an ironic way, it's demonstrated more at this level because, as we all know, quite often we'll go to an away game and it's like a home game because of the numbers we take, because other teams are so poorly supported. But also at home, you know, you all see, even when teams like Swinton and the Ernets come, you know, if they bring 50 fans, it's as many. But you look how many we take when we go away, particularly to Rochdale and what have you. So again, I take my hat off to all those fans, particularly when there's an awful lot of travelling involved as well to support the team away from home, and they do it week in, week out. So a big round of applause please for all the fans.